John Wick is still in the item shop. It's been a couple days at this point, and I'm extremely excited to be able to gift some of his set out to you guys still. Over the course of the past 4 or 5 days, I've added every single person who has been on my live stream over at Caffeine. If you want a chance to get added and get a gift in the future, you should definitely go check me out and follow me on Caffeine. Link will be below. Also, if you want to see more gifts happen in the future, just go ahead and drop a like on the video and subscribe. It really shows your support and shows me you guys want this to continue. Look at all of these people that I've added recently that are now eligible to get a gift because it's been more than 2 days. Let's start out by gifting the John Wick harvesting tool, the Simple Sledge, a professional's tool of choice. We're gonna send this to Tough Luck 21 as well as YT It's Valor. Congrats friends, hope you enjoy it. That's a pretty sick harvesting tool if I do say so myself. Quickly, before I gift out the John Wick skin, look at this, okay? This is a new skin, Versa. Same with this one. This one's called Ether. The reason I point this out and bring it up is because these skins are the same skins that we see on the Season 9 Week 1 loading screen. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this means or how it relates, but it most likely relates to the storyline, and these item shop characters probably mean something. The description of this skin is Infiltrate and Conquer. As for this one, it is Mastermind for Hire, and they're both part of the Neo Chaser set. If you've got any theories, ideas, or anything like that about what these two skins could mean in regards to the Season 9 story, let me know in the comments. Alright, so John Wick, let's see who wants to pick it up. I must have given like 8 or 9 people John Wick at this point. John Wick is going out to Michael B10645. Congrats, dude. Remember, if you want to get a gift, come check me out on Caffeine. I'm live several times a week. Just hit me with that follow so you're notified of when I'm going live. Again, I add everyone who shows up to my stream, so might as well do it if you want to get a gift. It's your best chance. Remember to use code PineapplezYT in the item shop, and let's go. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Dr. P, and welcome back to another video. Just a little while ago, I tweeted, I want to hear what you think is happening with the Vault Keeper statue, plus any live event we might see this season. No theory is too small. Best responses get in an upcoming upload, and as you might have guessed, this is that upcoming upload, so I'm really excited to go over what you guys think. I've done this the past couple days where I use Twitter to get opinions from you guys and then go over it in a video. I think it's a very, very good format because it's led to lots and lots of interesting discussions in my comment section, and it's led to even more theories blossoming on top of what we already thought. Hopefully you like it, and let's get into it. IDK tweeted me and said, I think that maybe the Vault Keeper was inside Kevin, that's why it was moving around, and so when it was about to explode, the thing that Kevin dropped, aka this purple liquid, was her going into the in-between, which would make sense because we're assuming she is the same person that is supposed to have been guarding the Nexus during the event we had last season. We know this because the helmet on the desk is the same one the statue is holding currently. It's definitely an interesting thought, and it would kind of help explain what she was doing in the in-between in the first place, because she was at some point there watching over everything. Why and how did she come out? I would like to know that. That's pretty interesting, and I hope we'll figure that out somehow before the season is over. Michael comes at me and says, I was thinking maybe Vendetta, which of course is the tier 100 skin this season, is the one who destroys the statue because he's an anarchist and they use destruction. I feel there could be some kind of a revolution and possibly lead to some kind of a wasteland city / map. A wasteland / post-apocalyptic Fortnite map later in Season 9 or in the future in Season 10 is not an uncommon theory, but what especially struck me about Michael's comment was this. The whole part about Vendetta possibly being the one that breaks the statue in Neo Tilted this season. As you guys know, it's been leaked that it is going to crack and break open at some point. We don't know how, we don't know when, we don't know why. All we know is leakers are usually right. Michael says Vendetta is an anarchist, and that's kind of true. If you look up the definition of the word vendetta itself, it says a blood feud in which the family of a murdered person seeks vengeance on the murderer or the murderer's family, or the second definition is a prolonged bitter quarrel with or campaign against someone. If the definition is anything related to the person or character itself, then we may have something pretty nasty on our hands at some point this season. The only thing about that is it would be a little strange for Epic Games to have a tier 100 skin end up being like quote-unquote the bad guy of the season. You know what I mean? Maybe Vendetta isn't bad, maybe he needs to crack the statue, Because for all we know, maybe the Vault Keeper is evil. We really don't know anything about this season. The information has been scarce since the arrival of the season, and I'm going to be excited to learn more as we get further along and get more updates and patches. PW Ding says, I think that maybe the statue is like a healing station for the Vault Keeper, and when it is finally healed, it will bust out and do something. One of the biggest questions people have been asking regarding the statue and regarding the cracking that is supposed to happen with it is what's inside? What purpose does it have to crack? I'm not sure what would be inside, but could it be possible that it is simply the Vault Keeper herself that is inside the mold of her own statue, and she put herself in there to keep her safe as she heals from the battle she had the past 8 years, while Bunker Jonesy was locked up and while we didn't have a clue what was going on. We don't know any of the backstory behind this person or why Neo Tilted was founded or Megamall or anything else for that matter. My best guess, and I guess everyone's best collective guess as to why the statue was there, was to commemorate or honor her for founding Neo Tilted or winning a battle of some kind, and my guess was she was dead, but how do I know that? That's just a guess. It could just as easily be she's inside of that thing to recover and heal from the wound she suffered in the battle, because we do know that. If there's one thing that we do know, it's that there was a massive struggle in battle. At least that's based on what we know from the first 2 loading screens this season. We know the statue is going to crack, so why couldn't it be the Vault Keeper emerging from her own statue to help save the day or be involved in the upcoming live event for later this season? Next up, we've got Hunter, and he says the crack at Polar Peak will start cracking more during the season, and near the end of Season 9, we will have a live event of Polar Peak Castle falling down onto Greasy Grove, and Greasy will become a location again for Fortnite players. Hashtag use creator code PineapplezYT. Hey, I didn't say it, you heard him, man. I listened to him if I were you. Polar Peak has definitely been a huge topic of discussion so far, only about 10 days into Season 9. It's definitely been the most talked about subject in regards to a live event later this season. As you know, just before Season 9 started, it was hit by the volcano, and it was cracked pretty badly. Hunter mentions in his tweet that he thinks Season 9 is going to have the Polar Peak iceberg crack progressively as we get closer to the event. I can't say for sure, but it definitely looks like the crack has gotten bigger and has gotten more problematic for the iceberg. I couldn't tell for sure myself, and truthfully, I still can't honestly tell you it has been, but people all over social media and Reddit especially seem to think the same thing. Let me know what you think. If Hunter's theory comes true and it does crack and Greasy Grove does become a playable area again, it would help explain why in Season 9's Battle Pass at Tier 37, we can see the Bright Bomber standing in what appears to be the old Greasy Grove. Now, if this does happen and this is a reflection of the future, that means the snow area overall has to go bye-bye this season. And if that happens, how would you feel about that? I mean, I'm not too attached to it. It's got a couple nice places to land, but overall, I don't really land there all that much. You guys might, but personally, I don't. I wouldn't be too mad as long as they replaced it with something cool and something fun. Sheikah hit me up, and the most important part of this one is at the bottom. He says, I don't think that they would give us the Utopia skin from day one. What he's referencing is the theory that currently we already know what the Utopia skin is. That is, the skin we're going to unlock at week 7 this season. Most people seem to think it's going to be the statue, and that's already a sign of the Utopia skin. But he does make a great point. It is a little odd that Epic would flat out from day 1 of a new season give you a major hint as to what that skin could be. The more I think about it, the more I realize that makes a lot of sense, and truthfully, I think it could go any direction. The Utopia skin could very easily be the statue, it could very easily not be the statue. Anything is possible, as we know with Epic Games. The statue could just be some kind of huge troll. We've had all this talk about Polar Peak and an event going on there this season, but one thing that I think a lot of people forgot about is this. Underneath Polar Peak, there is one of Kevin the Cube's runes sitting right there. Now, I don't know if it means anything. It may not mean anything at all, and truthfully probably doesn't mean anything at this point, but I don't want to rule it out and completely forget about it, because as you know, with Season 9, we've gotten a lot of new hints and suggestions that Kevin could still be making an impact this season. And maybe this rune underneath Polar Peak is a sign of what's to come later in the season. Just a thought. If you guys want to see me do more videos like this where I take a deeper look at your personal opinions and give my thoughts, let me know in the comments, and also drop ideas for these kind of videos down there as well. I would really appreciate your feedback, support, comments, anything you want to give me down there. I want to personally thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate your time. It means a lot to me, and I don't take that for granted. I'll catch you in the very next video, and until then, my friends, take it easy, and peace.